Hey guys, it's Jack here from Latest Tech Reviews, LTR, and I've had the Moto X Pure Edition for probably 3 months now, and I've really fallen in love with this phone. I've decided to do a review on it, kind of tell you guys what my thoughts are on it after having this, kind of going through, everything I've gone through with this phone, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, which isn't very much, because this phone is amazing. I recommend this one. I'm seriously going to go as far to say as this is probably one of the best phones of 2015. Even though it's 2016 now, Happy New Year's, everybody. I really think this phone is a must buy for someone who's in the market for a new phone, and it's cheap. I got the 32 gigabyte version of this phone for $450, and you get a Samsung or an iPhone for $600, $700, $800 sometimes, and I don't know why people do it. I'm gonna call them crazy now. I used to have a Samsung, and I had a Samsung Galaxy S5, and it was a small screen, and I was kind of nervous about coming onto this thing. I was thinking, it's 5.7 inches. It's a big display. I've never had a big phone before, and you know what? It took no getting used to. When I'm holding it in my hand, the dimple on the back here, it helps make almost the curve of the phone almost makes the phone feel smaller than it really is. When I'm in school, people say, Jack, the phone's massive. I seriously say to them, no, it isn't. And I give it to them, and they put it in their hand, and they say, okay, it does not feel as big as it looks. And I get so many compliments on this phone in school. People say, Jack, what kind of phone is this? How'd you get it to look like this? I say, it's a Motorola, and you can customize it. You can put your name on it. You can change the colors, on the speakers, on the back. You can get leather on the back, and you can get, excuse me, you can get anything. But I really love this phone. The customability of this phone is amazing. The display is just, it's bright. It's an LCD display. What isn't an AMOLED, which I was a little nervous about getting it at first. But the display on this phone is amazing. I have it full brightness now, and it's just, it's kind of breathtaking. It's quick. It's fast. Multitasking is, nothing for this phone. It gets through apps. It opens up things. I never have lag on this phone. And I've had this phone for 3 months now. Never have lag. You can almost never say that when you get a smartphone. I love this phone. It performs everything I asked it to do within quick. The sound, you got two speakers here, one here and one up here. Dual front facing speakers, and coming from a phone, phones that have never had these, I never really understand the buzz about dual front facing speakers. I hear everybody talking, oh, you gotta get them, I gotta get them, and it never really affected me that much. But when I hear these things, when I put this thing up full volume, it's so loud. It's clean, and it's a good sound. It's not buzzy. It's not anything. It's fresh. It's a good sound. And when I'm hanging out with friends, I'm telling them, I put this thing on a table or something, and it just blasts music, and it's good. And everyone says, Jack, that's really. I mean, this thing at half the volume, literally, is probably what an iPhone sounds like at full volume, or another Android phone, without dual front-facing speakers. And okay, so let's get to the battery life of this phone. Having this for 3 months, going to school, using it for, just social life, anything like that. The battery life on this thing is not amazing, but it's really good. And there's one thing that makes it good, and that is the quick charge, the turbo charging, the ability that this phone has. When for New Year's last night, New Year's Eve, I was at 20%, freaking out, and I had, 40 minutes to go before I'm leaving to go watch a movie, go to a party. I plugged this thing in, and I came back, it's at 70, 80% in 30 minutes. It can gain, 40, 30% in just 20, 30 minutes, and if I just need a really quick, something before I leave, go in a car, go somewhere, I plug this in 20 minutes before, and I get enough battery life where it's able to save me. When I'm using this thing heavy, I have to charge it when I get home from school a little bit. But if I'm not, I can go a day without without charging it, which is really nice. And, quick charge definitely helps a lot. In the morning before school, I get up an hour before I leave, and I'm at 15%. Plug it in, come back up when I'm ready to leave. It's at 100%, 95%, which is good enough for me. The feel of this phone, the curvature really helps it. uh, just the back, this rubberized back here is really nice. It it sticks to me. I don't really need a case for this phone. I know you can get like a bamboo back. I heard that's kind of slippery, but this phone I've had no problems with slip gripping. It stays in my hand. You have an aluminum side, which is really nice. It has a clean, slick feel. And pretty much just, I like the customability of this phone. Something that drew me was also the customability. You can get whatever you want on this phone. And for a cheap price. And I can't stress that enough. A cheap price. Alright, thanks guys for watching this. And this is the Motorola XP Edition. 3 months after use, and I really recommend this phone. This is Jack from LTR. See you later.